They call it the backbone of England, a spine of stone and silence stretching through the north. This is the Yorkshire Pennines. Out here, it's not just the roads that twist and climb, it's the landscape, the weather, and your thoughts. For riders, the Pennines are a test of control and a gift of solitude. It's where gritstone meets throttle, where history lives in the wind and every turn carves a story into the hills. You see, the Yorkshire Pennines, well, to locals, it's known as God's racetrack. So I figured, what better way to test this little naked sports bike than to bring it to the racetrack of the Almighty himself. Let's have some fun. Now, one of the first things that I wanted to consider with this bike was a balance of power and ease to ride, because, you know, I wanted something that was going to be safe and manageable for a relatively new rider. And this is a 60 mile an hour stretch, I'm at 20 mile an hour for a second gear, and it's pretty quick. And we're doing 60, like, it gets up to speed quite quickly. So I'm a big fan of the power, but it's not like, you know, tear your face off power. It's just, it's manageable and nice. So that was something I really wanted to have. The other thing is handling. I wanted something that handled well and that would be forgiving. And this, well, as you can see, you can throw it into a bend and it just goes, it just turns, which is great. Let's do a nice right-handed as well. Bop. So overall, for what I was looking for, this bike is actually perfect. It's got a great handling. It's super light, and it accelerates pretty quickly. So I'm happy with it. Definitely has that fun factor, but it's not as fast as that. But then again, it's a naked bike. It's like a 698, so call it a 700cc naked bike, not a sports bike. Even still, you might want to try telling it that it's not a sports bike, because my God, does it like the twisties. It has absolutely no trouble. Brakes, well, they work too. It's got dual disc brakes on the front, a nice chunky one on the rear. Yeah, this thing can stop. In fact, it stops just as well as it can go. And it really can go. Jeez. last time I was up here, it was on my little MT-125, and I was pootling along at about 42 miles an hour, uphill, struggling. Well, one thing's for sure, I ain't struggling anymore. Jeez. Oh, that's going to be fun for a long, long time to come. Let's catch up to the big boys. Wish I can! Oh, my little 125 had nothing on this. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's not the fastest thing in the world. And it doesn't feel like it's about to tear your face off. But my God, does it do what you need it to do. And it does it well. These roads are like completely new roads. They feel so alive and different to when I was up here on my 125. Every bend is an opportunity for braking in, accelerating out, using the power band of the bike, moving it, manipulating it with your weight and with your body, really looking through the corners, becoming so much more in tune with everything else. On the 125, you sort of just rev and roll. But this, oh, you can really get into these bends and have some fun. Little police officer on his bike enjoying the sun and the mountains. Can't say I blame him. While we're here, we might as well talk about comfort while we wait for this traffic to disappear. And this is quite a comfortable bike. It's got a nice wide seat. I'm 5'11". The height I find perfect. You really feel like you sat on the bike as opposed to being in the bike. Suspension's good. It's not too forgiving, too soft, but it's also not like super hard. So it gives you some confidence. It feels great. The pillion seat looks thin and pathetic, so for long distance trips with a pillion you probably want a comfier seat or a little booster or something, but aside from that, perfectly comfortable. This is a 2019 version of the MT-07, and oh my gosh, look at that. Love that. Yeah, this is the 2019 version of the MT-07, so it's before all the fancy updates, you know, with the TFT screen and the transformer looking headlight. And for me, I prefer the style on this. I prefer the style. And one of the things I really wanted to get this bike over other stuff, other options, like the CBA 650R, for example, is because it's just, in my opinion, a little bit more of a complete package. See, this cost me £4,500 with 13,000 miles and full service history up until its most recent service. So, pretty decent spec and pretty decent price. Now, had I have gone for a Honda equivalent, that would have been about another £3,000, roughly. And the Honda doesn't have the same amount of grunt this does. This is way more powerful. So this is definitely a little bit more fun, in my opinion. Some of the other things I was looking at, because I was looking at all sorts of price ranges. I was looking at like the Bandit 650s. I looked at a couple of super sports. Nothing really sort of stood out to me. And this seems to do everything pretty well. It just seems to be a little bit more complete. And ideally I wanted a naked bike. I just like how they look. I think naked bikes look cool. So, yeah, I ended up with this. And, oh, this is my first ride. So far, super happy. And that concludes my first ride with my MT-07. Am I happy with it? 100%. Is it the right bike for these roads? Definitely. And are we going to ride it a heck of a lot more? Oh, you bet. Stay safe and I'll catch you on the next one.